So nobody else, Mike and I are just talking. Christine and Don, do you got anything you want to interject here?
Well, I thought it was very noteworthy that in him occurs 300 times.
Yes, that's a huge. That's huge.
I got out. The most I got out of what you said was that, and how in the King James version or how it's interpreted today, it kind of misses it, the fellowship part. I thought that was very telling.
It is beautiful.
Very enlightening. And it reminded me of teamwork in athletics. And the better teams are always the ones that are communicating to each other constantly. They hang out together. They know each other's reactions to different things. They know how they respond in different situations. They know everything about them. They can anticipate. They just get to know each other really, really well. And then when they're performing their tasks, their team tasks, be it basketball, when they throw the alley oops, the guy gives him a nod that's like so subtle and so quick and so instantaneous. And before the other team knows it, the ball's in the air and the guy's in the air and they both meet at the right time. I mean, you just can't do that without communication and planning and hanging out together and knowing each other's thoughts and each other's intentions and each other's ways. And then when you think of how all of the prophets in the Old Testament, Daniel in particular comes to mind. He was always in constant communication with God all the time. Abraham was constant communication. Moses, during the latter part of his life, was constant communication. So it's like they hung out together. Even King Saul, when he blew it and lost his spirit, which was available for that to happen in the Old Testament, but he freaked out. If you get kind of off by yourself and you've lost communication with the head or with the coach or with the leader, you are on your own. it's not anywhere near as good as it is when you're with the group. And
proverbial chicken with its head lopped off, right?
Yeah. And then it's just the opposite. From the other point of view, looking from the other direction, it's like I was watching a video, I don't know, on YouTube or something, and this guy was trying to save a baby duck. It was stuck in a rock or something, or near a seashore or fishing line or something, but it was still alive and it was still there, but the mother was off protecting the other half dozen or dozen baby ducks, but she wasn't so far away that she wasn't keeping an eye on that other one, even though it was in trouble. She didn't know how to help. She'd come over and check on it and do what she could, and then she'd run back to the other clan of baby ducks. And then this guy came down, and he was on the shore, and he was trying to free the baby duck from whatever was holding it captive. And he was having a bit of a hard time. And every time he'd reach down for that duck, here comes a big old mama duck. Boy, she was on him like right now. And it was pretty interesting to see. And I think God does that for us too. He's fighting for us all the time, watching out for us, doing the best he can to keep us out of trouble and protect us from bad guys and bad things. And we just have to listen and respond. It's hard to listen when you've got all these crazy thoughts going through your head constantly. TV, radio. I was at work the other day and the radio's on. I'm thinking, what would people do if they didn't have music blaring between their ears 24/7? They'd probably freak out. It'd be like getting the old water drop treatment. They just couldn't stand it. Like they lose their cell phone privileges or they lose their cell phone. It's almost the same kind of thing. You just kind of freak out. But listening to God, I think that, well, it says in Corinthians, lead captive every thought. And people think, I can't do that. Well, yes, you can. And maybe not all at once at first, but you have to practice. If you're going to get good at anything, you have to practice. So, you catch if you're thinking about it, you're going to catch yourself every once in a while, and then you go, oh yeah. And then the more you do it, the better you get at it. And we all can use a little help in that area. I'm sure. I know I can. But just listening and get really good at listening. I think that would be pretty awesome. Being in fellowship and hanging out. Another verse that says, I was reading in John. Oh man, this was such. I don't know how anyone can read the 14th chapter of John and remain a Trinitarian. Yes, and they Trinitarians, they laud the book of John to the moon and back. Like, oh, you got to start reading the Bible from the book of John. That's. But if you read that 14th chapter, all those cool verses, plain as the nose on your face, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man comes unto me but by me. No, it doesn't say that. It says, comes to the Father but by me. Just little stuff like that. And then in verse 23 was the one I was reading. Jesus answered and said unto him, he's responding to something Judas, not Judas Iscariot, but the other Judas, was saying. He said, if a man love me, he will keep my words, and my Father will love him, and let's see, and my Father will love him, and we will come unto him and make our abode with him. And it's like, don't just set one extra plate at the table. You better make two, because we're going to have company. And I just thought, and then that led me to Colossians 3, where it's talking about, let the word of Christ dwell in you richly, not visit, just, Have a spot there where the word's always, present. Practice the presence of God. All those powerful little things that we can do on a daily basis. And this in Him concept, and that new understanding of in Him being not just like having the Spirit of God in us, but that fellowship. Look for that fellowship, knowing that He is with us in every situation, always there, never leaves us, never forsakes us. That's the key to anything. You want to have power, I think, and authority. You have to have communication with the leader, and then he's going to start giving you authority to do stuff. But you got to communicate.